What's going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of the Dual Hemisphere Hangout. I am one of your hosts, Luke, and join with me mostly every single week. We have our lovely co host, Jake. Jake, go ahead and say hi to the people, my man.
I have returned.
He's back.
I'm back in my original spot. Lukey boy took the left hand of the screen for the first time ever, I think.
I know it's kind of weird watching the video play back. I'm like, why does it look so odd to me? It's like, oh, it's because I'm in Jake's side and Nick took my side.
It was a good episode. It was fun
It
for me because
was.
I was in the back, so I was watching it live. The first ever live DHH
Live
podcast,
kind
I
of
guess.
recording. Yeah, technically, yeah. It's kind of. I guess it is kind of weird sitting back and seeing it from a different perspective. I guess I couldn't imagine like sitting back and watching.
I'm glad my
Like
mic was
you
muted
and
because I was giggling all the way through it. Like if you'd have heard just me
it
in the
was a
background
good.
going.
I actually listen. I actually like listen. I listen to all the podcast episodes. Obviously, after they go up, just to see like fun things, like hear like the audio and stuff like that. I usually listen to it fully at least once. And no, that one I was like, I kind of forgot what I said because I had literally talked about it that morning, and it was so early that I kind of blanked a little bit. But it was actually a fun listening. I almost forgot that it was actually me talking at some point, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, no, it was a good time. I love talking wrestling. Me and Nick did talk a little bit after about possibly doing like a little like mini spin-off thing where we just cover about the main pay-per-view events and stuff like that. That'd be fun because we both love it.
That'd be
And
really cool.
honestly, I would say that was probably a very interesting. I like that podcast a lot, that episode a lot. So it's a lot of fun. But we're gonna talk about wrestling today. We got our wrestling podcast out of the way. It is literally the 21st of February. I literally feel like every year I say the same thing. Like February just goes by too fast. But Jake, how has your month been? Like, what
It's
have you been
been
up to? I know you've been like dealing with work. You've been back. It's been a kind of it's been a weird month, I think, for both of us.
Yeah, I think in hospital terms, especially where I work in cellular therapy, um, the financial year is coming to an end.
Okay.
And if you've never known before, institutions that like mine in hospital based or government based positions, they have a budget for the year. But the weird thing is, if you don't spend the whole of it, you lose it for the next year because the government assumes that you don't need that much money, so we're
Yeah.
not going to give it you again because you didn't spend it.
Hmm.
So February, March, April is always super, super busy because
Yeah.
they have leftover budget that they have to spend,
Mm.
which puts our
That makes sense.
throughput through the roof. I understand it, but I wish it never happened.
Yeah, for sure. No, I don't think anyone likes to have to go ahead and do all the work, but when you got a budget to spend, it's the kind of the same thing. I work with a lot of nonprofits, and nonprofits, they can't make a profit, so they have to spend everything that they're bringing in. And so it's always kind of crazy. Like they're definitely like that's where they're like starting up all these like new things like scholarship programs and like really making sure they're going to all the things that they're doing and stuff like that, which is awesome. I mean, they should be doing that because I work with a bullying and suicide prevention thing, so they should be going all the time. But like that's when they really step it up. Like I'm seeing a lot of posts, a lot more. Instead of one school a week, it's like 2 or 3 schools a week, which is like it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it
But
really
yeah, I
ramps up, and
definitely
then
get that.
I've been coping. It's fine. It's not stressing me out.
Yeah.
It's just long
Mhm.
hours. I said to
Yeah.
Luke as we booted on today, that this is the first time I've turned on my
Mhm.
PC this week, and
Yeah.
usually like I'm on it pretty much every other day. I guess
Yeah.
I do recording
Mhm.
days and editing days. Luckily, I've
Yeah.
got loads of episodes in the bank of my content on my
Yeah.
YouTube channel, so I was like, I kind of need this week off. Like
Mhm.
yesterday, this is local time. I started work at 6:30 in the morning, um,
Oh, jeez.
and I didn't get home till 8:30. So it
Almost
was
like what,
brutal.
a 10-hour day? 10-hour day almost? A little more. No,
12,
you said
no,
no, yeah,
14, 13, 14
14,
hour
yeah.
day.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah,
Um,
I can't do math, guys. Like, I have a degree in history. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, no, that's crazy, man. No, I bet work is crazy. Yeah, February is such a weird month for me, man. It's just like like here it's like in the states it's like it's just there like we don't really do like that's when like they're really getting on you about filing taxes like tax season's starting to really come into full swing. Obviously that's also where we have two random fucking holidays. We have obviously Valentine's Day is not a random fucking holiday, but everyone has like
Nah,
does stuff
that's a
for Valentine's Day.
conglomerate one. That's a corporate
Yeah,
spend your
but
money.
then we have fucking like no knock on President's Day, but even as an American, I don't even know why the fuck we have why President's Day is a federal holiday. I really don't know,
Is that like the
but it's
inauguration stuff? Like, or is that just like
no, it's just like
the
a day to
celebration of
remember
the
the
first
fucking.
president or something?
It's just yeah, it's just something to remember the fucking presidents. I guess I don't fucking know. Like, I mean, cool, I guess, but like, I don't know why we have it off. It's the same reason why I think it's weird that we have Columbus Day as a holiday in the states, but now it's Indigenous Peoples Day because Columbus was a twat and
Yep.
a bad fucking person. We shouldn't be celebrating that man at
Up the
all.
British.
Yeah, he did not. He didn't even discover the America. He landed in the wrong fucking place, and we're like, oh, he found America. No, he didn't. He didn't do that. Why are we doing that? He killed a lot of natives and gave them all syphilis, I think. Like,
It's similar here because we have Australia Day, which is
yeah,
obviously like to celebrate independence.
yeah.
But also the original Australia Day like celebration is
Uh-huh.
when the land was occupied from the indigenous people.
Okay.
So it became a British colony. That is Australia Day. So I think they're trying to change that. A lot of the patriotic Aussies are like, no, like
Yeah.
why? I mean, I'm
Yeah.
happy for both parties
Wait. So why?
to get a day off because then I get 2 days
Okay.
off.
I'm confused. Okay. So Australia Day is when the British took over from the indigenous people. What about when you guys got your you guys when Australia got its independence from the British colonies? Like, why is that not Australia Day?
I think well, we have the King's birthday, um,
Okay.
and even though it's not the King's birthday at all, and
Yeah.
then they've just renamed it the Queen's birthday. It's just a random day that moves
Okay.
between states as well because some states have actual holidays on the King's birthday, so then they move it and get another one. It's very weird. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, I don't know. I haven't done my
Fair
research
enough.
into it a lot.
I
But
mean, it's fair enough. I don't even know why we have President's Day as a holiday, so fair enough.
I
And
didn't
you've
have to
only
go
been in
into
the country
work.
for less than a year. Oh,
I didn't
fair
have to go
enough.
into
There
work,
you
which
go.
is great. But
Yeah,
I
no,
think yeah, we
I
should have an
work.
Indigenous Peoples Day, and then I should get another
Yeah,
day off work as well. That'd be
fair
awesome.
enough. Yeah,
Paid.
yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I would say for me, I don't get any of these days off. I get just Christmas and Thanksgiving off, so it's
That's
okay.
rough.
And I get half
America
days.
needs to
It's,
sort its business
well,
out. It really
that's
does.
it's not really like it's just a job I have that just does it. I say most normal jobs, most like typical 9 to 5 non retail fast food jobs are typically closed on those days. But when you work in the retail fast food business, or in my case, marketing, and working at storefronts, when those stores are open, if the stores are open, we are doing tabling events and we are marketing for our nonprofits. So,
And the stores are always
um,
open, right?
yeah, they're the only times they're closed are on Thanksgiving and on Christmas and on New Year's. We had Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Day off. Those are the 3 days throughout the year that we have an off day. The most holidays that we do typically have like half days, which are pretty nice. But yeah, as the stores are open, we are working and we are marketing and we are fulfilling our requests for our charity partners. But it's cool. I don't mind it at all. I get a lot of money those days because that's where everyone's at. Everyone's off work and they're like, I'm coming
Oh, I
in
guess
to
that,
spend
yeah.
money.
So like
It's like a sat. It's like an
Aussie's a bit
extra
weird.
Saturday.
Like
Yeah.
Aussie's like really weird. So like on public, they call them public holidays. I don't know what like in UK they're called bank holidays or what do you call them public holidays?
We call them
Federal,
federal holidays.
it's all the same thing. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
like a lot of things are closed, but the things that do stay open, they put a surcharge on everything,
Oh,
and I
really?
think it's to
That do
cover
not do that here.
the um the staff's paycheck because I imagine they'll have to pay them more for working on public holidays. I know I get paid more if I work on a public
Yeah.
holiday. Um, so that kind of like
Kind of-
forces people not to go. Well, doesn't give them an incentive to go anywhere because why
Yeah.
would I go out for one day when it's going to be 1.5 times more
Mhm.
expensive than what it was any other day? in a way.
Yeah. No,
So
it
like
makes sense. I know we
I
don't
think a
have
lot of
like
people just
a
stay at home,
yeah. No,
do a
that makes
barbecue.
sense. I mean, I would too. Like if that was the case. No, like surcharges. Like yeah, the only day where the stores are completely closed and the United States is usually just on Christmas Day. Like nothing's open. Like I remember because most of my adult life I've been single on the holidays, and my family moved away, so I'm not really Christmas is always just kind of like alone time for me, which is fine. Definitely prefer that. But yeah, if I don't like go to the store beforehand, I am not in. There's no groceries in the house. You're not getting food. No one's door dashing because everything's closed.
Yep.
So yeah. The only day like that is Christmas. Only day like that. Yeah, we definitely do not do a surcharge for federal holidays. That being said, I'm pretty sure the employees that work at those stores they do get holiday pay if they work. Like they get an extra little bonus for working on those specific holidays, which is why a lot of people that don't have families or stuff like that will work on that holiday because they'll take the extra pay.
Yeah.
So interesting. Did not know that.
And then
And
February
so
is like a
yeah.
usual
Well,
month for me for like this is usually when if I'm going on holiday, this is when I start looking.
mhm,
Um,
fair. Okay.
because usually I don't get paid monthly anymore. I get paid bi-weekly. So
Okay.
the money is more
Yeah.
stable across the whole year.
Okay.
Because January, when you're paid monthly, is it's a tough time. It's a tough time.
Yeah. It's five
Anyone that's
weeks.
paid
Yeah.
monthly will know. Like you usually get paid
Yeah.
early before Christmas, which is really nice because you need the money at Christmas. But that makes January like a 6-week month.
Yeah.
And by the end of
Not
January,
fun.
you're living off toast and beans and cereal.
Yeah. Sounds about right. No.
So
Yeah.
then when you get the
Definitely
money
is.
injection in February or January, it's like, right, okay, bank accounts are back on track.
Yep.
Usually, most of my bills are in August, so like I can kind of save up for, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I'll usually pick a holiday at some point. Like I try and get
Okay.
like or a big time off. This time around, we're back in the UK again, so it's already been decided in June because we've got
Okay.
weddings to go to. And unfortunately,
Fair
well,
enough.
yeah, well, it's my fault that I moved 9,000 miles away. If not, it would have been
Yeah.
a 30-minute drive to my friend's wedding, but now it's a
It's a holiday.
24-hour flight and a 30-minute drive.
Yeah, it's a holiday. There you go. Fair enough. Yeah,
You
no,
got any
February is a weird month.
breaks planned, Luke? No, you're gonna just slog it out this
Uh,
year.
I'm probably gonna slog it out. I plan to visit my mother up in New York at some point. Once it stops being cold up there, so like
Yeah, there's no point going
May
when it's not.
or like May or June. Probably go out there maybe for Mother's Day. Just so I don't know yet. I really haven't really thought it out. I know if I do, I'm gonna have to like get my license, a new license, because now to travel in the United States, you normally don't need a passport. You're usually just good with your federal ID. But now they're making everyone get like a real ID thing to travel across the state. So it's like a new license thing. They've been trying to implement it for like 5 years, and it's just been kicked down the can for 5 years since they announced it. So I think this is the year, and they say it rolls back in May. So I might try to go earlier, so I don't have to go get
Yeah,
pay money for a new
don't have to
fucking
do the red
license.
tape. Just
Yeah, I don't want to
I,
fucking
I
do that
I
shit,
don't
bro.
get why so you can't travel on just a passport.
You
Okay.
can, but if you don't have a passport, you're a federal. Like my passport's expired, for example.
Oh,
Like I
okay. Right,
can't
I
leave
get
the
you.
country. I could get a new passport, but you could travel across the country via flight to different states via plane if you had just your driver's license or your social
That makes sense.
security card or something like that. Like
Yeah.
a basic federal idea. But I think now just to travel by air, you need to. Not sure if a social security card would work, but I'm 99% sure it should because it's my thing that makes people know I'm a U.S. fucking citizen, other than my fucking birth certificate.
It's how they know how
But
to tax you,
I
right?
I know, right? Yeah, that's the shit. I got that 8, 7, 9 digit code that I put in every time I'm doing something revolving paying some type of bill to the government. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure, but definitely planning on doing that. But outside of that, not really. I'm just gonna chill out, enjoy Florida properly this year. Now I'm not like settling in. I've been properly settled, so going to some beaches, probably doing some traveling in the state itself. That will be fun. But yeah, no, February, yeah, it's a chill month for me. It's almost over. I do gotta say, I have this question because this was fresh on my mind. So, just out of curiosity, Jake, inflation here is god awful right now. I just spent $170 on groceries, um, which is probably gonna last maybe about 2 weeks if I would say. And normally it's like $100, like as of like maybe 3 months ago. So it's gone up quite a bit. So I was wondering, like, how? Okay, like I know it's you and Rachel, me and my roommate. So a two-person household. How much, like, would you say is the how much would you say you spend on groceries for the week or the month in Australia? Is it like a lot cheaper? Like I think eggs
Um,
here is $7. I spent $7 on eggs for 12 eggs.
yeah, I've heard eggs is hot topic in America right
It's
now. It's a
crazy.
good time to own a chicken.
Get your cock out, man. It's time to fucking get
Oh,
some
God.
eggs.
Um, oh, like, let me think. So, um, right. I think my budget, I have set in like, so my banking app has like budgets where you can try
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
stay on
Okay.
track. Um, I think for the month it's set up at 600 Aussie. So
Okay.
about like
Five
300,
US.
350 US for the month.
Okay.
Um,
So that's like 70. That's like $75 a week. So 140
so
every
yeah, I
about
would put it at
150
there.
2 weeks.
Um, and that
Okay.
and
So
what that cover
it's
what
not
that
too way
covers
off.
is like I'm a very standard eater. So that would be
Yeah.
like a protein a day, whether that's
Oh
like I buy like a steak or like a usually you get a big box of chicken and I could divide it up into three. Um,
okay.
that would be like some frozen chips or fries.
Hmm.
Um, and then like a couple of bags of pre-prepared salad. Like
Okay.
and then that's usually and then but then my groceries kind of cover other things like I take sandwiches to work, coffees,
Yeah, yeah.
bits
Hmm.
and bobs. So it covers everything. I have been
Okay.
spending a lot more recently, but that's because I'm not watching it. We have like
Okay.
a value budget place called Spudshed here, which
Okay.
is almost it's like it's cheaper. You can buy in bulk. Like I should be
Okay.
going there, but I've been just going to the regular big name
Burger
supermarkets,
Mart.
which obviously will
Yeah, yeah.
cost more. But it's the
Yeah.
convenience of it's 2 minutes down the road, so I'd rather go
Hmm.
there. Um,
Same here.
I'm excluding the beer budget out of this because that's like 25 US dollars every
Yeah.
2 weeks now. It used to be every week. I've cut it down a lot. Uh,
That's honestly still not bad at all.
um, so yeah,
2 weeks, yeah.
grocery prices here, not bad. Housing market in the dirt.
Same here.
Um,
Like dirt and cheap or like expensive as fuck to
oh,
own or to
expensive.
buy.
Like 25%
Yeah, same here.
increase over the past 2 years.
Yeah, I don't think it's anywhere near that high, but it's pretty fucking bad here too.
The
Like
average
it's
Aussie household now is approaching $1 million Australian.
so like seven. Was that
Average.
like 750? Is that like
Six,
750
seven, six
US?
seventy, maybe 600, 670. That's average house. That's just paying
The
for a just bog
average
standard house.
house. Nah, that's
Um,
crazy. Nah, that's take that and divide that. Most US houses are like three
yeah.
hundred thousand. That's fucking crazy. Actually,
Um,
is that
so
just because? Is that just because in Australia, like again, I'm not trying to like I don't I'm ignorant to Australia. So
it's all
like to
good.
me, when
I
I
was
think of
until I got here.
Australia, the way I think of Australia, I think there's three main parts of Australia. There's where you're at, the Perth on the coast. Then there's Sydney, and
And
then
Melbourne.
and Melbourne. Those are like the three major
Yeah.
metropolitan areas. Is that where most of the population lives in those three cities?
100%. Yeah. And then there's a
Okay,
there's
all right.
Adelaide as well. Um,
Okay, I forgot about Adelaide.
yeah, it's kind of just there. It's slightly
It's just
smaller
there.
than Perth only gets its like name because it's the only western city at all.
Okay,
So like for population mass, I think it's like 1.8 million people that live in Perth,
okay.
which is nothing. absolutely
No, it's jack
nothing in
shit.
terms of in
Yeah.
terms of population density. I'm sure New York's probably in like hundreds of millions, maybe. I might have
Yeah.
overestimated that. Maybe
Yeah, I think you're
50s.
overestimating a little bit. Yeah,
Um,
it's a lot. There's definitely more than 1.8.
yeah, because I think I was looking at it.
Yeah,
So a place Leeds in the UK, I think is
yeah.
like approaching 1 million, maybe over 1 million now, and that's
Oh,
like
okay.
a
Well,
really
that's a
small
small little
city
area.
in the UK.
Yeah, yeah.
And Perth is like a
The
major
the
established
top. Yeah.
city. Yeah. Um, so yeah, I think it's just lack of stuff. Aussies are proud
Okay.
and they don't like to import stuff. Um,
Fair.
Funny enough, it's hot topic on everyone's mouth at the moment, migration, but they don't like migrants coming in, even me. As
Yeah.
a skilled worker, they'll argue that I've taken a job off someone, but my job went out 4 times, and they didn't
Yeah.
find a single person, so that's why they looked abroad. Like, it's not like they
Yeah.
did at the start, it's like, we've tried 4 times to hire someone, and we can't.
Yeah.
Um,
Fair.
so it's but I get it, the housing crisis here is just insane. Like
Yeah.
we were super lucky in this house that we got
Mm.
to rent it before it even hit the market.
Yeah, you're
I
telling me about that.
Yeah, it's mental. So
Yeah.
inflation is getting there. Pay rises are coming, which are
Okay, good.
nice, but they're not in line with inflation. I think we're probably about 2 or 3% down,
Okay.
but I could deal with that. Like I could deal with
Mhm.
2 or 3%. It's when you're like 12, 10, 12%, which is probably what you're feeling right now,
Yeah,
where
it's pretty
because
ridiculous right now.
eh, that is a substantial amount of money when especially when all your bills go out and then you're literally left with just enough for food.
Yeah.
And these aren't like fun foods. It's not like you're going out and buying loads of biscuits and like
No, we're
fizzy
buying.
pop. It's the
Yeah.
basics.
Yeah. I'm like trying to think like the like out of the grocery thing that I just paid for. Most of it like was just normal basic stuff. Now we did splurge a little bit. I did get a $6 thing of special milk for my roommate. She really wanted this strawberry milk. I don't know. It was like $6. But
But it's bad
but
that
that
that's special.
but that, yeah, but it's like the thing is, well, I mean, to be fair, she told me it's pure whole milk, and I can't drink that shit.
Oh no,
But
yeah,
she
it's
said,
all right about the
she
milk,
said,
but it's like a six
yeah,
dollar purchase is special. That's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
bad. I see special as like going out for a meal.
yeah. It's just special. Yeah,
Getting
for
someone
sure.
else to cook my food, that's special. Not
Yeah.
me just going a shelf up in the supermarket.
Yeah, prices are crazy out here, man. Got to not enjoying it right now. We'll see. Next month I'll come back and let you know how much eggs have gone up. But yeah, it's kind of crazy right now. But yeah, that was just fresh on my mind. I was curious about how it was translated, in a different country. But this would not be the dual hemisphere hangout if we are not already going to be touching on a little bit. If you guys are Pokemon fans, you guys are probably very well aware. So next Thursday we are getting a Pokemon Days here. We're getting a special Pokemon Presents with hopefully some good announcements. But me and Jake were actually finally looking through the previous Pokemon Day announcements, and I'll be real, we got to temper our fucking expectations a little bit because it has been jack shit. It's
Pokemon
like when
Day
did it start,
is
Jake? 2017.
16?
It looks like
16,
it's
I think.
2016.
Um, yeah, Pokemon Day is. I think what we forget is it is not so. Nintendo are very specific on their wording.
Yes.
It Pokemon Day is not a direct, and
No.
usually Nintendo use direct as this is our flagship. Like what do
Mm.
PlayStation have State of Play? Um,
Yeah.
I don't know what Xbox have anymore.
Xbox doesn't have shit anymore because they're just a developer
They
at
just
this
don't do
point, in
it.
my
But
opinion.
like Xbox Presents, whatever we'll call it. So like
Yeah, they do
big,
showcase. I guess it would be Xbox Showcase. I think.
yeah, okay. So
I
like
think that's what
big
it's called.
announcements. This
Yeah,
is just what do they call it? A Pokemon Presents.
yeah,
So it's more for side series, not mainline
it's
projects,
yeah,
like stuff that's happening around the Pokemon
yeah.
company that isn't
Uh,
directly linked to the games. And then they'll
Hmm.
what I assume we'll get, because we haven't had anything for a while, and maybe this was all part of the plan, that they were starting to make Pokemon Day a flagship announcement instead of
Yeah.
sticking it for directs. Because usually we get Pokemon Day, and then I'm pretty sure like we get a direct in March. There's usually a
Usually.
direct in
Yeah.
March to go with the quarterly cycle. We get one every
Yeah. Yeah.
quarter. Um,
Hmm.
so maybe they're trying to put like the big emphasis on Pokemon Day, because I
Yeah.
mean, there's not a Zelda Day, there's not Mario Day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, I think me, you, and Nick talked about this. Pokemon is like the biggest franchise in the entire world. Like, I guess it gets its own fucking day if it wants it, you know. But yeah, no, I think because everyone's like, fantasy booking. There's leaks coming here and out, for Pokemon Day and the Pokemon Presents, and literally, there's. I mean, I hope it's cool. I hope we get a lot of information because we haven't heard anything from Pokemon specifically out of their mouths for about a year at this point since the last Pokemon Day, where we got a trailer for ZA and that was it. And by trailer, it was just a very basic, like,
here's the
minute
title
30
of the
seconds
game.
with it, and then it shows shit. But that's par for the norm for Pokemon Day though. Like, they announced Sword and Shield. That's it on Pokemon Day. Like, that's the only big announcement. Like, everything else has been, they've announced DLC release dates, DLC trailers, stuff like that. Because nothing's really lined up really with their release cycle, I guess,
Yeah.
for Pokemon Day, except for
So
that last one. So I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know what to expect. I'm not sure, but
like
it's.
2024 last year. Let's have a look what we got. We got Cafe
I don't think we.
Remix. Um, there was a Friendly Chefs from Paldea event. I think they put Foy Coco in the game. Yeah, they put the starters in the game. Maridon became available in Unite. In the United States, the Pokemon Company International partnered with the Empire State Building to illuminate its tower in the yellow and blue colors of the Pokemon logo. In Japan, Sword and Shield Expansion Pass Music Collection, Legends Arceus Music Collection,
Cool.
uh, Scarlet and Violet Music Collection. I
Oh
like
shit.
music collections anyway, because that's when they so look, we might be getting a game like an official soundtrack for Paldea, which I don't mind. I like
Cool.
putting them on in the
Yeah.
background.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Fair enough.
and then Pokemon Presents was held on 27th. It announced Terra Raid battles for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Venusaur, Blastoise, Charizard, Go crossover. You waving your hands, Luke. Like, do you want to say something, or are you just like, wow?
No, I'm like,
Uh,
oh, jazz
uh,
hands.
uh, Pokemon Sleep got some new stuff. Pokemon EX got new pairs, I think.
Oh,
Cafe Remix again.
they're
Pokemon
really
Unite
pushing
again.
cafe
Additionally,
remix.
TCG Mobile. They
Okay.
announced TCG Pocket,
Oh, that's when they announced it. Okay.
and
Shit.
then game launching in 2025 titled Pokemon's Legends Year.
Okay.
That's what we got.
Okay.
2023 was even worse. Uh,
What did we get? What did we get?
a
Just
Terra Raid, Water Terra type Pikachu, um,
Jesus. Water Terra type
and
Pikachu.
then it was held, and they announced the 2023 World Championships event in Yokohama, uh, the
Did we get the
TCG
Indigo disc
Game
that year?
Classic, the motion animated Pokemon Concierge,
Okay.
Unite, Paldea First Partners came in, Cafe Remix News, oh yeah, wait, Pokemon Unite, Paldea, or Zacian for Pokemon Unite. Paldea
Okay.
Partners went into Cafe Remix, new sync pairs in Pokemon EX, Pokemon Sleep got the Go Plus accessory, and Pokemon Go got some extra mons, and Scarlet and Violet DLC. The
Okay.
title of the DLC was announced. So if we're going off the previous 2 years, there is going to be Cafe Remix, some sort of Cafe Remix. The TCG, I imagine they will touch on TCG Pocket and the
Yeah, it's the
success.
news thing. Yeah.
They'll probably announce the next pack or two.
Yeah.
They'll probably do like maybe like a special day pack. You know, like we had the 25th
Yeah.
anniversary like TCG cards.
Yeah.
We'll have maybe some
Mhm.
like anniversary of TCG Pocket, Pokemon
Yeah.
Day cards. Would be pretty cool, but I don't play TCG Pocket because I don't have the money for that. Um,
Yeah.
we're gonna get Pokemon EX Sync pairs. It's
Yeah.
like their 5.5 year anniversary or whatever of EX.
Yeah.
I
Sounds
honestly
about right.
didn't even know it existed until like 3 years ago. So,
Yeah. That's kind of fun.
Pokemon Sleep might get some accessories. I think that's like I don't know how well that's going. Pokemon Go will probably not be mentioned. I learned the
Yes.
other
No.
day that Niantic
We
are
talk
in big
about to sell.
trouble.
Yeah. They're about to sell to the I don't know what corporation, but it's definitely not a corporation people are happy about it being sold to.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that might be the end of Pokemon Go as we
They
know
might
it.
not be touching on. Yeah, they might not be touching
Um,
on that.
and then I
It's crazy to think
imagine
about.
so because they release titles, and
Yeah.
usually like we haven't been given anything for ZA. Um,
I if I
would
had
it
to
be
give a
mad
real
to
yeah.
suggest and they release the next remake title?
Yeah, crazy. I don't think we're getting that. I think what they'll do is I think they're going to announce all their app stuff, whatever it might be. They will show us a trailer for ZA. Like they will show us gameplay for ZA. It's like believe it or not, the leaker has pretty much said the game is almost done.
Good,
As of the leak being released in September. Yeah, good fucking good. Thank God.
good.
Um,
Test it,
so
please.
test it, please. Make sure it looks. I mean, if it was ready to go a couple months ago, it's probably safe to say that they have a trailer gameplay. Gameplay is ready, and they can show that off. I think we will get that because we have not gotten anything from Pokemon in a year. I think they will give us that at least. Now, beyond that, we aren't getting anything else. I really don't think we're going to get anything else. They may announce something for. See, the thing is, I don't even think they announced anything for the Switch too. Like, I mean, because it's barely even out there. They might mention something coming to the Nintendo Pass, maybe they'll give us the Game Boy Advance games on the Nintendo Pass. But to be fair, they have not mentioned those at any other Pokemon Day
I
when
have
they
seen
did.
one leak, which I am extremely excited about if it is the case.
That's
Um,
not the case.
I'm
There's no way.
I'm pretty sure it will be, and they have to do it at some point. They have to give
Yeah,
us the old games on the virtual consoles on the Switch.
yeah, they will
They
at some
have to
point,
because
but
they shut down Pokemon Bank,
yeah,
and
I mean,
VGC does rely on a couple of old Pokemon that you can
yeah,
get from older sets,
yeah,
and there is
that's true.
no way of home integration from that like era where
Uh huh.
so it has to be it has to be there and it has to be readily available. Um, so I believe they will bring the old games back. There is no reason not to. The Game Pass itself has kind of died a slow and painful
Yeah,
death because everyone
yeah,
is waiting for this.
yeah.
They will buy your pass if you. I don't know how far they'll go up. They'll probably give you like because I was looking on my DS um, earlier because I'm looking to like rebuild my collection again.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, in the height of this market, I shouldn't really be doing it, but
They shouldn't
no, but like I want to, so
financially.
I'll
Fair
make a
enough.
start on it. I can't see the games going down anymore. Um,
No, they're not going
so
to go down.
I don't know how far they'll go in terms of virtual console. Like the problem I get is that once you go into the DS era, it's
Mm-hmm.
top bottom. It's not
Yes.
um
Side.
single screen anymore. So
Yeah.
I know that the modders have done an absolutely fantastic thing of if you like AccuSwitch, um, and there is a, a grip that you can get that if you hold it. So sorry for the like listening viewers. I'm holding
Yeah.
my Switch vertically, and you can get a
Vertical.
grip
Yeah.
that docks your Switch vertically, um,
Yeah.
and then it plays the game as like a perfect 1-to-1, and you still have
Mm.
touchscreen, which
Yeah.
they'll
The
never
thing
do
is that
that.
they'll never do that. No, it's fucking
But
That's crazy.
so I
You're giving them
expect
too
us to
much
get
credit.
Fire Red Leaf Green. We'll get up to
Yeah.
Fire Red, Leaf Green.
Yeah. I think what they'll do, if they go that route of bringing out the older games, I think they'll bring up if they do, they would go every Pokemon game from Game Boy to Game Boy Advance, like you said, Jake. They honestly don't. The thing is, they don't need to do the DS games, as we're going to get remakes of those, and we're going to be able to get those Pokemon that might be locked away in those remakes. Like, we have BDSP for the Diamond and Pearl Mons. At some point we're going to get Black and White 2 remakes. I don't think we're going to get it anytime soon.
I don't.
Um,
I do think they
but
have to address it because the ROM hacking
yeah,
scene at the moment is carrying.
yeah.
And
But
it's
the
all
thing is,
dependent on old games. So
but
in an attempt to
do they
slow
really
down,
need to?
I think they do. I think they do.
Okay,
The
okay,
piracy is not good on any level.
okay.
So in an attempt to slow it down, I think they do need to bring them back
Yeah,
in some sort of original format. And it doesn't
okay.
cost them anything to do it.
No, it
But
doesn't.
they could charge us an arm and a leg
Yeah,
to do
that's
it.
true.
Um,
Yeah,
but we've been saying this for years, and honestly, if they were to announce that, I wouldn't care about what they announced in ZA.
yeah.
If they were to announce that they were coming back to Pass, um, I would be over the moon. Even
Okay.
if it's just Crystal. Like, I think we had up to Crystal on the DS.
Yes, we did.
Oh God forbid they put Emerald on there. That kind of secures everyone.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
uh, that would be
Yeah,
more
no,
exciting for me than
yeah.
um, ZA. Speaking of ZA, though,
Okay.
I am excited about it. And
Yeah. I mean, I'm very excited about it too.
do you think they're going to stick to the Legends format that we're used to, like Monster Hunter
No,
Wild esque, or do you reckon they're going full open world this time?
I think they're gonna go full open world with it, and I think we're gonna get something akin to XD Coliseum style gameplay. This is that's fully open world, but the battles are not changed up at all. I think they do need to keep the catching mechanic still a thing, if because I feel like that's what a Legends game is. I think the Legends game itself is the catching system of catching Pokemon. I think that's Legends. Like that, you can't take that away and call it a Legends game. At that point, you can just call it Pokemon ZA. And who knows? Maybe they changed the name entirely, and it's not Pokemon Legends ZA. Maybe they change it and then change it. So, because was that like the official title,
It was, yeah.
or was that
Pokemon
just
Legends,
okay?
colon, ZA.
ZA. Okay, never
So
mind.
I think
Maybe I
they've
thought that was
locked
like a
in Legends.
okay. All right. Well, then to that, I feel okay. I don't think they need because this one's set in the future, from what
But
we
we
could
don't
tell.
know that.
Is it? We
I,
don't know that, but if it
I've
is set in the
seen
future,
the leakers are
uh huh,
saying that the first trailer was future. It looks
okay,
future. Sort of like they had a realm to do it in BDSP because you've got the time space god. Because if you
yeah,
look at it, and when you first start Legends, you're in the present day, and then you fall through a
hmm,
fucking hole in the sky, and now you're in the past.
yeah,
So I think similar to Assassin's Creedy, um,
yeah,
you go through some future warp hole that we didn't see, but we just assumed was future, and we're going to end
yeah.
up in the past.
Okay, well, okay, so then that changes everything. If it's predicated on going back to the past, then I do think they keep the same style that we know and that we knew in Gruta Love and Arceus. Now, if they don't go that route and they go future esque, I think we're going to get more of a box standard open world RPG, not in the same vein as Breath of the Wild, but maybe more in the same vein as like a Coliseum or a XD Gale, where it's linear in a sense. Like you have little areas, you can catch your Pokemon, you can battle them. I think we keep that vibe, but I think it's not so much. We're not going to be facing Totem Pokemon. Not Totem. What are they called? What are the giant ones called? Alpha Pokemon? I don't
Alpha.
remember.
Yeah.
Alphas. Yeah, well, I don't think we're gonna be dealing with like alpha Arcanines and stuff like that. Playing Dark Souls and Pokemon. I don't think we're gonna be going that route anymore. And I think they changed the battle system because I think we talked about this because I think the next game after ZA that they announced is probably going to be black
Gen
and
10.
white remakes. I
It
don't
should
know.
be remakes, but I think it'll be Gen 10.
Yeah, it depends on what they want to announce for the Switch. Because usually when they because the way Pokemon does new games typically, um, is when a new games for new systems typically is they don't hard launch a mainline. They usually have like a test, and maybe that test is ZA because I can only imagine it's going to be for the Switch and Switch Two. So maybe the test is ZA for Gen 10. But I don't see them releasing a game for the Switch 2, a mainline series Pokemon game for the Switch 2 before they release kind of like a side kind of game for the Switch 2 specifically. Just to see, only because they're selfish and they want to make sure that their market's good before they release their Generation 10 game. They want to make sure enough people have the Switch 2.
That's
They're
true.
not going to release this. They're not going to release Gen 10 year one in the Switch 2's life cycle if not 10 million people have the console yet. Which I don't think is going to be an issue because I think the Switch 2 is going to sell like crazy. I think it's going to be
I think they're
like
self-centered enough to that they don't care.
I don't think they. I think they care a little bit too much about their money, a little bit to do that. I think they're gonna have to do a tester, and maybe ZA is the tester. Maybe the ZA is the tester, but I could see a Let's Go or a remake coming before Gen 10, like something in those veins, coming out before Generation 10. But um, that's what I think will happen. I think we're just gonna get. I think we're gonna get a ZA gameplay trailer, a bunch of stuff for the mobile games, and probably, if anything, maybe a little teaser or something else. Maybe. Now, if we could fantasy book it, Jake, if there's something that you would love to see from Pokemon, for this Pokemon day specifically, that's not something that we covered,
Not Legends EA
not Legends ZA or
at all,
the
or
game
any
plan,
like
or the
anything in it. Because obviously,
yeah
like
ZA.
we're getting megas, right? They're gonna tell us
Yeah,
some megas.
yeah, we're gonna get megas at
I
some point.
think
Yeah.
like it's almost confirmed at the moment that Mega Flygon's coming back. I think it would be crazy that
Wait, when the fuck? Hold on, pause. When the fuck was it
well,
confirmed?
like months ago.
Oh,
Months
oh,
ago.
yeah, okay,
Like in the
okay,
data mines. You know, I do remember that like
okay.
leak, the massive leak that came out where
Yeah,
they actually got it.
I didn't look at ZA at all. I left that to the
Um,
surprise, but
it would be silly for them not to do a Charizard Z.
if they do a Charizard
We've got
Z, I
X, we've
will.
got X and Y. Why not make a Z?
I mean, I'm not going to complain. More Charizard,
um,
more Charizard
but
equals happy Luke, man. I'm fine with it.
like, I don't know where they can go from here. Like, I
Yeah.
I'm very much stuck in the past now. Like I said, I wanted to make
Hmm.
my if if they did the DS Virtual Console, that
Hmm.
would relieve my wallet. Because at the
Okay.
moment when I'm looking at these games, Heart Gold is $200. Platinum's even
Yeah.
worse. Platinum's like
Yeah.
free. The DS
Yeah.
itself, barring like I do want to get like a capture card one because I do want to play it like on stream and stuff. Even if it wasn't a
Uh-huh.
capture card one, $400 for a DS.
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, that's
I don't
fair.
know.
Okay.
I think Pokemon have like exhausted their avenues.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
think
know
for
what could bring me back to.
Yeah, I think for me, the one thing that, if barring ZA stuff, because I think we're gonna get good. I think we're gonna get a good amount of ZA information. I really do, because they haven't said shit for about a year, and that's not like Pokemon at all. I think we're gonna get a bunch of stuff for ZA. I selfishly want them to bring back Mystery Dungeon. I want that so bad. That is me fantasy booking the shit out of it because we haven't gotten a mystery dungeon game at all, or bringing back the mystery dungeon games to
Virtual Console.
to the virtual console. Like, I'd be down for that. Um, and
I think that's it.
we
Literally, like the only
yeah,
option they've got other than ZA is
just
Virtual
remake.
Console.
Yeah, if they decide to announce a remake, I think that. See, the thing
Or
is,
if
what?
they
Okay,
wild out and say they announce that they are making Black and White remakes,
yeah,
or I have seen one crazy thing.
Do we think we see Black and White 3?
Free
Yeah, I think so too. I think that'd be a cool thing.
in the format of
Yeah.
an older game. Like they're not gonna stay true like Ilka did, but it will be like the original quote unquote 2D graphics with a bit of 3D, I guess. That's like super hoping. Like if I like that, I suppose that's the fantasy book, right?
Okay.
Original 2D graphic, black and white free. That
I'm
does
down
kind
with
of
it.
limit, but there's plenty of
Fuck
artists out
that.
there that have done all of the new Pokemon in sprite format.
Yeah. Fuck that
The,
shit. They can do that shit.
yeah,
Hell no. Like hell yeah. Please. Yeah, I'll take
that
that over
that
a
that would be
remake any day of
fantasy
the
book.
fucking week.
Black and
I don't
white
need
free.
I don't need to see Nimbasa City in beautiful 3D. I'm fine with it staying in
Because how
2D.
did Black and White 2's a sequel,
It's a
correct?
it's a sequel. It's the
Um,
only game that is like a direct sequel to another game next to Gold and Silver being a sequel to Red and Blue.
yeah.
And I could definitely see them doing Black and White 3 instead
And they could
of
put it in
doing
the middle.
Pokemon.
They could, because it was a big jump.
It was a big jump. Yeah, it was a
They
big. It
could
was
do it
about
in the
2 years.
middle.
It's a 2 year.
I wouldn't want
It's
to
a
see a
2 year time skip.
prequel. I'm not a big fan
No,
of
no, we don't need.
prequels.
No, we don't need to see a prequel. If they're gonna go to the prequel, they might as well just send us back to the past in black and
Because
white
what
at that point.
happened? We
See,
beat
that would have
Getsis.
been.
Did Getsis die?
I mean, Getz is not. I don't think he's dead.
Well, he was
I don't
old.
think anyone. Yeah, I mean, he probably just not there anymore. They probably take. He's probably just not in the picture. I don't know. I'd be down for. I would be down for a black and white 3 or a black and white 1.5. I guess.
Yeah, like reimagined.
Yeah, I would be down with that. I mean, I think if we're getting black and white, I think we. Yeah, I think I do genuinely think that we get a black and white thing this year or towards the end of beginning of next year. I really do, because it just, I mean, that's tough, man. It just depends on what we see. It really, I mean, what we see. What we see is nothing but ZA and the mobile stuff, and that'd be cool. All right, whatever. Like, I think you're right. I think we might get some virtual stuff. I think they kind of have to bring that back, hype that up a little bit. Hey, you guys get the virtual stuff, you get the Game Boy Advance games, and then boom, Switch 2, you guys get the 3DS games or whatever. Like something to hype it up, like coming to Switch 2, boom. Because this is the first time a Nintendo system, a Nintendo developer is doing anything after the Switch 2 announcement trailer. So we might get like a little Switch 2 esque tease for Pokemon at some point, whether that be ZA coming to Switch 2 or whether that be stuff for their virtual console to get you to buy a subscription. I think we get something like that, but yeah, all I would say is to those who are expecting, oh, we haven't gotten shit from Pokemon for a year, so we're gonna get all this fucking shit. Temper your
Probably not.
expectations.
Yeah,
You're
probably not.
you're probably gonna get a 2-minute gameplay trailer of ZA. All the mobile games, not
They
nonsense that you're gonna
they
get.
may address TCG and the current
Yeah,
situation that it's in.
yeah. I doubt it. I doubt we get anything about that. They might. They've never touched on the Pokemon card games at all. I mean,
No.
yes, the market's trash right now, but I still don't see them doing a thing because I don't think. I'm not saying I don't think they care, but I don't think the general audience gives a fuck about Pokemon cards as much as we think
Yeah,
they would.
I
I
agree.
don't think the general audience gives a fuck. Like me and you, like yes, we want to get cards, but we're not like fucking pressed that we
Well,
go into
one thing we
Target.
are
There no.
missing is I believe, they were working on a movie, an unnamed movie, probably a
Oh,
Detective
yeah,
Pikachu thing. So we might get an announcement of a movie. That's one. That's
we'll
the only thing
see.
that I can see that we've missed.
Yeah, there could be a movie. They're probably gonna do something with the anime. What are we in? Is this the what? We got 2 more years to the 30th anniversary, right? Or like 28th
Yeah,
right now. We got 2 more years till the 30th. Yeah. Okay. Trying to like timeline it. Yeah. Yeah, guys, just temper your expectations. That's all I'll say. We will be very lucky if we get anything beyond a trailer and some mobile game announcements. Wishful thinking, maybe we get a spin-off kind of game like a Pokemon Pinball or Mystery Dungeon or
They
something.
could
That'd be kind of cool.
curveball it and announce like, here's like DLC 1.5 on Scarlet and Violet. Like, here's
Bro,
another like
bro,
island
bro,
that just
bro.
can you
Bullshit.
imagine? Like
Stop. No. That
what
game
the
is dead in the water.
No, well,
There's
it's not
no
though, because it's their main game. It's like, here's Safari Zone in Scarlet and Violet.
I don't think there's a thing they could do to make me turn on my Switch to play Scarlet and Violet. That's unless it's free DLC.
You mean you're not hyped about Walking Wake and Iron Leaves coming back for the third, fourth time?
No. I wasn't hyped about them when they were first announced. I was like, what the fuck
you know
is
what?
this?
I think they will announce like maybe raid battles or something to do with the Paradox Legends, I guess. Again. Maybe like, did we ever have like, you know, like we had like Zeraora raids and like, did we have we had a mythical raid yet that we
I
can
think
catch?
we had Mewtwo. Mythical shit, not mythical. No, did we not have a? Did we have a Mew one? I feel like maybe we had a Mew one.
Oh, maybe we had a Mew one.
Know.
Yeah.
Maybe we did. See, the thing is, that's the bad thing is we don't fucking know because we didn't do it. That's the problem. That's the problem. We didn't fucking do it, so we wouldn't know because no one gives a fuck about the fucking raids.
Yeah. In conclusion,
such a bad job at it.
Pokemon as a whole is in a bit of a stalemate at the moment. Where
they're stale. It's stale.
Yeah, we're in a stalemate of there's not enough out there to be hyped, and there's not enough to be left to be revealed.
Dude, what if they just like willy nilly be like, "Hey, ZA's out now."
Now that's the wildest thing I've ever heard.
They're just like,
literally, they're like, okay,
they just day one drop it.
So we got blindsided by the Switch 2 launch, so we're launching ZA now, and then Gen 10's coming out with Switch 2.
And then you just see fucking the Pokemon creators just giving the fucking leakers the fucking finger and the president like, fuck you. You guys thought no. It's temper your expectations, but regardless, me and Jake will be watching next week's episode. Will probably, unless like, guys, I'll let you guys know right now, if we do not cover the Pokemon Direct, then it was shit and there was nothing to talk about whatsoever.
Yeah, if it's really, really bad, we'll probably do like maybe a 20-minute probably a 20-minute video just watching like our first reactions to the trailer. We'll probably it won't be a podcast. It will be a separate video, and because I expect the trailer to be around 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's not going to be a whole lot. Yeah,
and we're not going to be covering all the other stuff because unfortunately we don't play it, and there are other people out there that are way into the Pokemon scene that enjoy it more.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried every Pokemon app known to man, but I tell you right now, the only one I play regularly is Pokemon Go, and that is like semi regularly at this point. So yeah, you're not gonna we're not gonna be screaming up in joy for Pokemon EX and Pokemon Sleep, guys. So you get no knock against those games. I'm not gonna be hyped when I see Cynthia with her random Dragonite and a bikini for a Pokemon EX. I don't care. All right.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, guys, I think that just wraps it up for us this week, guys. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for joining us every single week. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. We appreciate you guys every single week, guys, who are listening on YouTube, on Spotify, on all the podcast apps. You guys have been killing it this year, keeping the views going on strong. Obviously, you guys, if you're not well aware, we do have a YouTube channel you can subscribe to if you want to watch the video formats and stuff. If you guys, we're on all the social media, so if you ever want to DM us questions or a topic you guys want us to cover, please just let us know, and we probably will cover it at some point. But guys, as always, it's been a pleasure to join you guys this week. I'm Luke, that's Jake, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!